what's up, buddy?
What's happening?
It's the Harv.
It's the Harv and Jace show. Harv and Jace show.
Harv and Jace. How's it going, everybody? How's it going, man?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
We took a little break there for, COVID reasons.
And then we come back with the Halloween episode,
which was a success.
Yeah, I'm still scared.
Oh my God. I got a lot of people messaging me saying they had to watch something funny or spooky.
Yeah, the whole nun thing. I can't get it out of my mind.
Unbelievable. The voices were clear as day.
Yes.
And it's turning out to be one of our most popular episodes now because it's almost at 300 views already in a few days, right? And
our Snipe brings a big crowd with them too, so
that's cool.
That's awesome.
I think the fact that we did it on Halloween too was a kind of a cool treat,
right. I can't wait till we actually get to go and make good on the invite.
That's right. We couldn't hand out candy, but we still got to give a little bit of treats out, with that show. Right. So if you didn't go watch it, make sure you go check out the Halloween special that we did with Snipe, Six Nations Investigative Paranormal Encounters. It was amazing.
Excellent show. Excellent stories.
Yeah, like the videos and all that crazy stuff, right? So we're going to try something different. And if you're wondering, the cameras aren't moving around. We're just having a little bit of technical difficulties, but we're not scared to just keep moving forward, right?
No, we're just going to go. One camera is all we need.
In this business, you just put the camera in. If that camera didn't work, we'd be on an iPhone right now.
That's right. A flip phone if we had to.
Yeah, because all these things working together to make us not bring the information is not going to happen.
That's
right.
Know what I mean? We can't stop. We won't stop.
We can't stop, won't stop. And we're in the midst of the biggest presidential countdown right now. We don't even know who the winner is, but
last I heard, Biden was pulling ahead.
Yeah, you need 270 electoral votes, and I heard he was 17 shy of it. The last I heard.
Yeah.
And Donald Trump's way back.
I heard something about riots in Detroit.
Already?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
yeah,
and that's happening as we speak.
But I guess it's one of the biggest voter turnouts. Even superseded already 2016. People came out in droves, and guess what's people are starting to say is turning the tide right now for Biden is the native vote.
Oh, the something else.
Yeah, in New Mexico and all these places that the natives are rising up and letting their voice be heard. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah. I seen the demographics they showed.
Right.
And they didn't list natives. It just said something else.
And then all the people that were getting elected are indigenous women and
that's cool.
Spanish women and they're taking over. It's doing really good.
Yeah, hopefully we get some good representation and some good voices in there.
Yeah. And then whoever wins, just this promote unity, man. Stop being so divisive, right? Man, it's so annoying how you can't try to prove your point by just dividing people and getting. That's high school stuff, wasn't it? Middle school where you try to get me and Harv against somebody, so you alienate them.
Pitting one crew against another crew,
and when they don't necessarily feel the same way you do, they're just following you because you're ordering or more manipulating or your power type. You know what I mean?
Yeah, falling into line. I guess
that's middle school stuff, man. We need unity in this place, right?
Yep. So smarten up, USA. Get your act together.
Yeah. But you guys are doing good by voting, though, right? Getting your voice heard. I think that's the important thing.
Hopefully everything's good and there's no civil war or nothing over there.
We're really excited. We're in November now, which is insane. I just want to quickly shout out Jacasa Designs again because I love our sign. It just brings so much personality to our show.
Next summertime comes, I'm going to have to tan my guy, get some bronzer on.
We'll put the Mike Tyson tattoo on the side. He's fighting again.
He is. So later this month.
November 18th.
Roy Jones Jr., Mike Tyson.
What do you think of that?
I'm excited. I think it'll be fun to watch.
Mike Tyson's 54 years old.
Yeah, I've seen some of his training videos, and he doesn't look like he slowed down a whole lot.
Right, and people are conspiracy saying that was sped up footage, to hype the fight and stuff like that. But we'll see.
We'll see.
Roy Jones Jr. is a bit younger than.
And he seems like he's a faster fighter.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson's got the power. Roy Jones has got him on the speed, I think.
Well, but you heard it here first.
Should be fun to watch.
Right? It's power versus that stamina maybe, then that quickness,
Yeah, a couple of veterans.
It's going to be an amazing fight. Yeah, so November 18th, make sure you watch that. Land back lane stuff going on over there. There was this report. There was this report before. The roads are all shut down now and tore up.
They're closed indefinitely.
But what's crazy to me is that there was this OPP released this intelligence before that happened and said if you if the OPP like goes on there and does exactly what they did, which was taser and shoot people, provoke people, taunt people, mock them, right? Calling them cowards and chickens and stuff, like crazy stuff. And then all that stuff that happened now because of that, like the OPP released something. The commission, right? The OPP intelligence said that don't do that, or else exactly what's happening is happening now.
Right.
What do you think of that?
It all could have been prevented.
Yeah.
I think it was just maybe some careless cops got a little power trippy,
right?
You know, and then start spouting off. And there's probably some stuff on our side, you know, some guys who are, you know, not backing down. So. Oh
man, and I think that power hungry came a little bit from that judge ordered in permanent permanent injunction now,
which is ridiculous.
Yep. And he said not only that place, like all Haldeman roads.
All Haldeman roads.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's nuts because it's right in our territory.
I was like, you don't even own those roads. Like how he's speaking on stuff that belonged to Six Nations still. Like it's insane, right?
Right.
But anyways, so that all the stuff that's happening, but there's still silence from the federal government, right? But there's some cool things happening, like that MP we talked about, Matt Green.
Yeah, Matt Green.
He was stepping up.
He's donating some money, $1,492. I think he donated.
Exactly, and he's just kind of encouraging people to support them. I mean, the lawyer fees and stuff, and then not only that, that Judge Harper even fined Skyler like $80,000 or something.
Yeah, I think it was like $100,000 or something. Right? Yeah, like something ridiculous.
Making him pay all the Haldeman's lawyers' fees, all this stuff. But I think that they're just simply trying to.
They're just trying to weigh him down financially. Anything they can do to break him.
But you know the Land Back Lane GoFundMe's at like $300,000 now, right? And I think they're trying to, like, well, you know,
yeah, they're gonna assemble like tactical, a nice team
right?
Of smart
they're trying
people that are gonna be able to do something.
Dig into that money, you know, and they're gonna probably do some sneaky stuff to try and get at that land back money, right? Isn't that nuts? I hope they don't do something like that.
I hope not, but you never know. Government officials are always trying to dig in.
Oh my goodness! But what's cool about it is all these people stepping up and supporting now. Like it's been a little bit of a tough go that way. It's been over 100 days, 120 days now, or something like that.
Yeah.
But what's exciting me is the fact that the support from the clan mothers is coming now.
Right.
Elders, people from the like chiefs, and people from Six Nations elected council too. Like some of the elected council
some of the elected
are starting to come out and support. Like. Isn't that
some
cool?
Unity, yeah.
Those are all the people that were arguing before, you know?
Yeah, and that's what we need is for all our people to get together and solve the problems so we can get after this bigger problem we have.
Yeah, and please, because it's getting so cold out there, man. Imagine you don't want to be out there protecting the land for your future generations, and you're freezing your butt off. Yeah, you know, OPP's doing everything they can to stifle your support, stifle people from bringing you wood, stifle people from like they want them to freeze to death
any kind of
out
obstacle they can throw up, they will. So,
yeah. What if they want them to freeze to death? You know what I mean?
Right.
And but if you know the tactics that they've used in history, they like that. They like that because they like coming in the morning when it's like cold and wet and you know like and they're kind of like crazy.
Yeah, they'll take any advantage.
I hope they don't do that. Like it needs to be like debate. It needs to be talked about. It needs to be like openly too, not behind closed doors, right? Like everyone's trying to do, right? We've been seeing.
I know they have some meetings down there at certain times at the 6 and 6 site.
Okay.
They'll have little community sessions.
Be nice if we went down there and set up and filmed what was being said so that everyone could hear, right?
Yeah, that would be cool. Awesome. Maybe we could set that up.
But maybe we'd go to jail if we were sitting there with the argument, Chase. So you know, we might have to be, might have to just say screw it and go.
I'll do it anyways.
Harvey, you're one for the people, my friend.
Yeah,
that's a rattle-worthy, my friend.
Yes. Sour Springs Rattler.
Land Back Lane, man. Land Back Lane, they need like wood and gloves and stuff. But I guess you can still get there from the res without.
Yeah, down 6 line, I'm pretty sure is the.
Yep.
The route to get there for supplies anyway.
Yep, and if you can't get there or send things, you can always.
Yeah, the financial donations through their GoFundMe page.
Because the lawyers' fees and stuff, and they're actually fighting for Six Nations' right. They really are. Right. They're spending the money on those lawyers to get heard in these court proceedings, right?
Yeah.
Even though they're silencing, he's silenced.
Yeah, like Skyler doesn't have much of a voice, and they're like they shut him down every time, and he's presenting all these facts and all this evidence.
600 pages of evidence.
Yeah, and they just shut him down. Like It's ridiculous. Their whole system is
I hate to laugh,
screwed.
Harv. I hate to laugh, bud, but we talk about this every week, and we hope that there's going to be some kind of resolution, right?
One of these days,
something
hopefully, we can have a good story about it.
Yeah.
Like,
right?
So we're celebrating.
I can't wait for that day. I don't
Yeah.
know if it's going to happen with this current, Trudeau and,
with
and
this
these kind of
regime
people,
that's in, yeah.
but we don't really know. Like the Four Nations coming up, and this Peter O'Toole's really inflammatory. The guys, these guys are just like maybe that Jody Raymond.
Raybould?
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe she would be a good prime minister.
Yeah, she'd probably be better than what we got now.
Than what we have in those guys we just named, right?
That's
Because
right.
they're kind of like domineering, dictatoring,
Right.
and they say what my way or the highway kind of guys, right?
And they'll say what you want to hear until
Right.
they get in place, and then
Then change it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just suit their needs.
just
right?
like Trudeau did. He faked it all the way in.
Yeah, I actually bought it. I drank. I drank.
I did not.
Trudeau's. I drew. You're good though.
Yeah.
I drank some of that Kool-Aid because he was talking about reconciliation. He had those blankets on and
Right.
those hats in
They
DC
should have
and then
diseased
Heidi
his
Glare and
blanket.
stuff and. But it's the same thing, like we get blankets back in the day, and what were they filled with? Smallpox.
Oh yeah,
So it's like,
they should have did him back.
yeah, if we do it back, but we're savages and
Right.
we're condemned to hell, and
Uncivilized savages.
uncivilized, and
Yeah.
brainless oaks, right? Come on now.
Uneducated,
Uneducated.
welfare
Yeah.
drunks.
Yeah. So no, that's really good, man. Here's a cool little tidbit. A third of Canadians would consider giving pot as a Christmas gift.
My birthday's just before Christmas.
That might be a double hit.
So let's do this.
You wouldn't mind getting a little bit of weed?
Oh,
for
I
your-
would love it,
for
especially
Christmas. Like I'm talking about Christmas.
Yeah.
If your wife or mother or
Yeah.
son said here, and it was a
Yeah, actually, I have got some in the past,
Oh, nice.
and like a bong. with a
yeah,
little-
yeah. And it saves you money,
yeah.
right?
It's
man,
like
that's
it's similar to like giving a bottle of wine or a bottle of liquor.
true.
So it's
Yeah.
all legal now. So.
Yeah, and they said 80% are more likely like to give it to friends, but there's people that 27% said they would give to their parents. Even are you brave enough to give? some-
Well, back in the day when my mom was around, I
Okay.
smoked joints with her a few times.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It took a long time for me
Yeah,
to build
yeah.
up the courage, but
And then you ended up
we
having-
burned a few. Yeah.
That's a good memory, man.
Yeah.
And then so yeah, that's really cool. Bill Burr is getting heat. This is a little bit back. Did you hear
Oh, the
about this
SNL.
on SNL? Yeah, I had a crazy monologue. Did
I'm
you
a
watch
Bill
it?
Burr fan, yeah.
Bill Burr's amazing. We've talked about him a bit.
Yeah.
Because he's very controversial, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
I like his style.
He has his own podcast and stuff now too. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, he was being labeled sexist, homophobic, and racist. He made some jokes about race, particularly. I don't know if you watched the video. It's crazy, man.
The monologue.
Yeah, the monologue.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
I seen it.
You can go check it out though if you haven't seen it. Bill Burr's Saturday Night Monologue. You'll
That
check.
was just like 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, he was talking about like particularly white women about how Pride Month shouldn't be in June because it's like the hottest, most exciting month.
Right.
Like they should move it to like a
colder month.
Yeah, colder month because they were never enslaved, and those were his quotes exactly from the monologue. Some felt it was like counterproductive to try and compare like oppressions of different marginalized peoples.
Well, it's never good to compare oppressions, I guess.
But it's comedy though
but,
too,
yeah,
right?
But comedy's comedy, and he's got
Very dark.
humor.
If you watch Efforts for Family, and
It's a great. That's a great cartoon,
how he's screaming at his kids, and
Yeah.
and
and that's based on his life, basically, right?
True.
Yeah.
And he's not politically correct.
No, by all means, and he's from Boston.
Right.
He's got that Boston twang.
And it's almost like if you're watching Saturday Night Live and you know Bill Burr's going to be the monologue guy, wouldn't you be like the same as remember when Ricky Gervais hosted like
or Dave Chappelle?
Yeah,
somebody
you know
along
they're
the
going to have
lines.
those jabs, right? So I think
yeah.
you should be prepared, right?
Yeah, you'd think they'd expect that. From
Now all of a
him.
sudden everyone's shocked. The best tweet was from Xavier Pope, who is a media personality and Fortune 500 speaker, when he tweeted out, "Native Americans don't even get a whole day to themselves and have to share it with a genocidal maniac colonizer and Christopher Columbus, then hashtag Indigenous Peoples Day." That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, that's right.
Yeah.
I guess November is Native American History Month. Is
Okay, cool.
something I'm
So
seeing on Facebook. But
More so a month now, right?
Yeah.
And then you see all those Columbus Day things getting overturned now for Indigenous Peoples Day
Right,
now.
taking
You know,
the
like
statues down.
that's really cool, man.
Which is awesome.
We have a really cool thing that we're trying to do on Harv and Jace show. We want to like always be thinking about cool new things to add and people that we could talk to. And I'm in music, you're in music.
Yeah, well, it's been a while, but I'm still into the scene.
Yeah, but so like we're thinking, why don't we get some music on here?
Yeah, get some musical talent. Get it humming in here.
We have so many great artists, and we have a very special guest who's from Six Nations with us.
Yes.
Iroquois himself.
Yes, I just had the pleasure of meeting him tonight.
Yes, Mr. James Wilson. So let's bring Mr. James Wilson out if we can. This is cool.
Yeah.
I actually got to produce a song, whole album from this artist. All right. Hey, man.
How's it going?
Sicker James.
Mr. James Wilson. All right. How's it going, man?
Not too bad, not too bad. Keeping busy, and I'm in school right now, right? So
Okay.
everything's online. So
Yeah.
I just stay in my room, basically.
Cool. But you're writing music?
I'm writing music as much as trying to understand the recording process a little bit, and
So you get those demos going?
yeah, utilizing the time. You know,
Yeah.
I don't want to waste my time. Just
Awesome.
Yeah, we actually got to work together on your last album, Tidal Wave, right? And City Lights was such it did really well on radio.
Number one, Christmas Day.
Isn't that amazing?
Right, it was you that messaged me on Christmas Day. I remember that. That
Right?
was like my family was there and everything. And
On the Indigenous Music Countdown went number 1, which is really great.
Excellent.
That chart is actually getting really exclusive, man. Like they get like tons of submissions a day, you know. So there's a lot of good music to get in there, and then to hit number 1 is really special, eh?
Oh, is it? Well, especially the first recording I've done too.
Yeah.
Like that entire album was like the first time, my first experiences being in like a studio and doing like a professional album, right? Not just a demo.
Cool.
But yeah.
Awesome.
That's
Well, we're happy to have you here on the Harv and Jace show, and we're just gonna step aside and then let you do your thing, brother.
Okay. Hey guys, this is Spanish Eyes. You can find it on all streaming platforms.
Pull me in close, Spanish eyes. Take off our clothes and dance through the night. Ooh. Ooh. Work my hands and my feet every day and night. Push me down to my knees and I'll learn to fly. In the end I pretend to be what you like, till the day you look away with those Spanish eyes. Pull me in close, Spanish eyes. Take off our clothes and dance through the night. My faith is strong, I've waited so long to hold you close. The blame is on you, what else can I do? God only knows. Oh, Spanish eyes. Oh, Spanish eyes. Oh. Pull me in close, Spanish eyes. Take off our clothes and dance through the night.
Done.
Amazing pop singer. Oh, I love pop music, and I was so happy to produce that album. He's such a great songwriter, and in the studio, so professional. You know, like working with my guys who are really elite guys. They're really fast. They're really well, like work really hard, you know. And he kept right up with us. So I'm always excited to see artists do that.
Taking it seriously.
Yeah, because I'm not an easy producer. Like I push people. Like I wanna push them. I wanna make them feel that.
Well,
pressure.
if you want the best, you gotta demand the best.
And I want them to sing the best, and I want them to, perform the best, you know. And I don't take no for an answer. So no, he's one of them too. An amazing voice. So you go check him out on Spotify. All these things. He has a great song called City Lights, but the album is called Tidal Wave. This is really cool that we can add music to this, man.
Yeah,
a little comedy, a little music, lighten the mood a little bit.
Right. Yeah, a little something for everybody.
Yeah, totally. And we can step off, have a drink of water.
That's right.
We, brought to you by Cool Kids.
You know how I like my Cool Kids water, ice cold every time.
We're not really sponsored by Cool Kids, but that is Cool Kids water.
I was going to wear my Cool Kids shirt. I will wear it next week.
Yep. Hey.
For Rick.
Yeah, for Rick only.
Yep.
Okay, the 30th annual Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is back for the huge...
The induction.
Yeah, a huge new thing with 6 new members. Did you hear about who's getting inducted?
The Doobie Brothers.
Amazing, the Doobie Brothers.
They're old school. I'm surprised they're not already in there.
Right.
They're pretty classic.
I think there's, I'm not sure. I think they're the first time nominees, right?
Really?
Yeah. So, I think you have to be nominated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but they're one of the first ones. There was also Whitney Houston, Notorious B.I.G., who's released 2 albums and got
Christopher Wallace.
That's right. Yes. That's right. Biggie Smalls.
Love him.
Did 1 album and then was notoriously gunned down and released a posthumous album, Life After Death, I believe.
Life After Death, yeah. And then he had a bunch of other features on songs. So.
Right.
But yeah, he's one of my favorites from back in the day.
But he was
still
also
to this day.
Right. And Whitney Houston, B.I.G., and then T-Rex.
I'm not too familiar with T-Rex.
Who was kind of like the earlier kind of did like dance rock, poppy rock, and it kind of introduced a new way of performance. Yeah. And but that people took on, they became very popular, right?
Yeah.
And inspired
I'll have
millions.
to look into that because I do love music.
Yeah,
of all genres.
So that's really good. Yeah, I didn't really know of his work too until I seen the name come on. I was like, oh, who's T-Rex, right? I thought I'm not really
They're probably
sure.
Something that would ring a bell if they're inducted into the Hall of Fame. They got something.
That's really
awesome.
cool. I love the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has Robbie Robertson in there as himself.
Yeah, and with the band. Yeah, that's awesome. That's an accolade.
That's a feather in the cap for real, right?
2 feathers.
That's 2 feathers. What's Mohawk? 3 feathers up, right?
Yeah.
That's 3 feathers up in the cap. That's got to be our new thing, man.
Yeah.
Are you not Mohawk, are you?
I am.
Oh, we're both.
Ganigahaga.
Yeah, see? And I like that. I knew what. That's why we had good chemistry.
Yeah.
We got the same blood coursing through our veins.
Right.
That's so cool, man. A 2-year study shows the money generated from, before COVID.
Pre-COVID numbers, right?
Yeah. Generated by Toronto's live music venues, which is, a lot of them are closing down now, which is so sad.
That is sad. Live music is...
But they generated $850 million a year and almost 11,000 full-time jobs.
I believe it with the
Just
COVID stuff.
The business in Toronto. Isn't that nuts?
I
Almost $1
believe
billion business, right?
Yeah, because it's a big music scene in Toronto.
Right.
So.
It's crazy. I can't wait till live music gets back because... we miss it, right?
Oh, I miss concerts.
We miss concerts
so bad,
right?
I missed out on the Black Crowes this summer.
They reunited.
Yeah, Green Day concert.
Amazing. Yeah,
couple things.
And
Rage Against the Machine.
Even I like the comedians, so I was planning on going to see Sebastian Maniscalco in Montreal. That would have been pretty amazing.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Do you like comedy? Do you like any comedy?
I've never been to an actual live comedy show. I have, but
it's pretty fun.
I do enjoy comedy.
We went to a nice club in New York City once, and wouldn't you know it, I come all the way from Canada. It's a nice big club, and it's dark. And of course, the dude heckles me because I laugh, right?
Yeah.
So I guess I attract attention. Oh man,
how was it?
Of course, it's hilarious. So everything's heckling me, and I'm laughing harder. And the more he would heckle me, right?
That must have been fun.
I wasn't embarrassed or anything, but then all of a sudden I start doing this mahalo thing, which I never do. Right. You know that you see people doing that, like Hawaiian.
Right.
It's like hang loose.
Yeah, I throw that out every once in a while.
But I was laughing so hard. I started doing this, and then he went off on that too. You're like, what's this? Oh man, yeah, New York City. They're
ruthless.
They will tear you a new one.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
I went to actually the Comedy Club 54 in
nice.
Burlington.
Yeah, those are fun too.
And
man.
it was okay. Like it wasn't
like they're not like the big stars.
No big star. But there's I guess some kind of funny. Ben Guyatt was the funny one.
Oh, nice.
And he's like the host.
Cool. Yeah, exactly. They usually get somebody who's kind of a name to host those things, right?
Yep.
To get people in the door.
Yep.
I seen Tom Green. I seen John Lovitz, Rob Schneider.
Oh, nice.
What else I see? I want to see Martin Short, and he was out on tour with Steve Martin.
That would have been a good one.
Right.
A couple of classics.
Legends, right? I want to see Jerry Seinfeld. I'm another big fan of Jerry Seinfeld. I'm not really sure he's funny, but he's just like, I don't know. Just
I imagine his stand-up would be okay.
Yeah.
Like, he's got a few specials out.
Yeah. I've never really, I don't know. He's a funny dude.
I'd like to see Dave Chappelle.
Yeah,
like,
Dave Chappelle.
He's my favorite comedian.
That reminded me, I got to see Kevin Hart before
that would have been awesome.
It was amazing. Oh, George Lopez. I got to see George Lopez in Vegas.
Yeah.
That was one of the best shows I've ever seen. You think George Lopez is like this family guy, and then you go see his live show, and he's like swearing and talking about all these crazy things. You wouldn't believe it. Yeah.
Awesome.
This family guy, right? Yeah. Canadian rapper Tory Lanez. Have you heard of him?
I've heard of him.
He's been officially charged for shooting rapper Megan Thee Stallion. Remember we talked about her with the WAP song?
Yeah, she's the big girl.
Yeah. Big on the charts.
Like Amazon.
Yeah. She's but if convicted, he faces up to 22 years in jail. I guess they were having a heated discussion, at a party or something, and
somebody got blasted in the foot.
Doesn't that sound a little bit like Harlem Nights?
That's exactly probably what went on.
You remember the scene with Eddie Murphy?
Yeah.
Yep. And I can't remember her name right there.
Della Reese, I think it was.
It is Della Reese.
She's a big. She's a big lady.
You always know the names like from House. Della Reese, yeah, and Eddie Murphy with that classic, iconic scene where he takes that big girl outside for a duke it out and ends up, shooting her in the toe.
Yeah.
But, no, this is real life. This is crazy.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, well, he was probably outmatched big time.
Right.
Outweighed, outclassed.
So he
resorted to pulling out a weapon.
But I just don't. I'm not down with weapons. You know what I mean? Like, I'm super.
Or domestic violence.
At all.
Yeah.
Totally. You shouldn't be arguing and fight with a female anyway, especially in public or behind closed doors or anything. But like, when we were growing up, there was no like weapons and stuff, and like people just
an honest
one-on-one and just let her go, and no hard feelings after that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, crazy.
I think those days are far and few between now.
Oh, there's some bad news too. Did you hear about the young woman that got hit with that trailer hitch?
Yeah, the trial started earlier this week.
Barbara Kentner.
Kentner, yes.
Yeah, she was 34 years old. She passed away in the hospital after that too.
The guy threw a trailer hitch out the window out in Thunder Bay.
Right, on purpose.
On purpose.
Like hurled racial slurs too. That's some scary stuff.
I hear Thunder Bay is a really bad racist city. So.
Really? Like for me, like did you know those big trucks when you're at Walmart or whatever and you see those big trailer hitches off those things? And you're always thinking, oh man, I do not want to hit my shin.
Just hitting your shin off them, it's kills.
And then to think, I'm gonna throw this at this woman, this indigenous woman, right?
On purpose.
Yeah. And I guess the injuries were very severe, but she went to the hospital and ended up succumbing to her injuries. They upgraded his charges to second-degree murder, but then they downgraded him now to like manslaughter. It's a huge injustice. It's like people are outcrying right now,
Yeah, I hope he gets his justice served to him one way or another. Like I
think it's a little more than manslaughter, don't you think?
Yeah, that's blatant murder, really.
That's gonna hurt them. Like there's no way you're gonna say I'm gonna take this 15, 20-pound big piece of steel, right? That if you
throw it from a moving vehicle.
Yeah, it would go right through this drywall. You know what I mean? Right. Like, come on, man, you can't throw that at a human being and expect. Oh, I just did it as a joke, and I didn't think she was going to get hurt.
And the lawyers are trying to blame it on her past.
Yeah, why even bring that up, right?
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Medical issues, like.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, the defense actually said they're bringing up her past, psychiatric type
her
things.
Psychiatric, and she had a bad liver, so they're saying, oh, it was her liver. Like,
wow.
No, it was the blunt force trauma that killed her.
If I was the judge, I would just be like, you guys are blatantly, like, it's just not right. Like, this isn't right. Like, but I guess that's their job, though, you know.
Yeah, lawyers, man.
Like
they'll try to find anything.
I hope they do the right thing. And I think manslaughter should be upgraded, you know. But we just pray for a little justice in that, man.
Yeah, hopefully karma.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, have you been keeping up with the free agency in the NHL?
Wayne Simmons, man. Yeah! I'm so excited for him.
Wayne Simmons, dude. You always think when you're in the playoffs, man, we need a good
Wayne Simmons
type player, right?
Yes.
And now we actually got Wayne Simmons. The Toronto Maple Leafs signed Wayne Simmons.
I don't want to put too much hope on him, though, because I remember, I'm a Leaf fan, and I remember David Clarkson coming to Toronto. David Clarkson was awesome. He was awesome for Jersey, for Columbus.
Totally.
Comes to the Leafs. His first game, he stuck up for Phil Kessel to fight that big John Scott.
Yeah.
And he got banned for 15 games or something. And then when he came in, he was
just done.
He just couldn't kick it with him.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
So
that's a really good point.
I hope Wayne Simmons does not fall into David Clarkson's
path.
But
I don't know if he does, because I don't know if David Clarkson had such a big illustrious career that Wayne has. You know, like, you know how Wayne's always been like a great performer during the regular season, like an Iron Man, doesn't miss games. But when the playoffs come, dude's like in 11 games has like 20 points. You know what I mean?
Right. Hopefully,
one of those kind of players. You know, I think that's kind of why they got him, and they didn't just get him; they got an amazing defenseman,
Bogosian.
Yep, Zach Bogosian. He just won a cup with Tampa. But TJ Brody, a really amazing, smooth skating from Calgary. Yep.
Yeah.
And big Jumbo Joe Thornton.
Yes.
From San Jose. Isn't that crazy?
That is. I think he even shaved the beard.
He did, because they have the no facial hair.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is. Well,
I can't believe it.
I think he's in his decline.
I know. It kind of reminds me when they were bringing, remember Gary Roberts and Newendike and all those guys in? Brian Leach.
Yeah.
But it almost worked.
Almost, yeah.
We did really
Well, they got their good mix of young guys, so Thornton's just...
He's there for the ride. Big Jumbo Joe Thornton's going to play on the fourth line with Jason Spezza.
Yeah.
And Nick Robinson or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, my. That's going to be one of the most...
They got a great team on paper.
Isn't that going to be the most exciting fourth line in hockey, though? People are going to be watching just to watch the fourth line come out. How often can you hear that? Unless back in the day, you know, when like the Domies and
goons,
stuff, the goons are on there.
And I seen in the OHL they're trying to not have body checking for this upcoming season.
Yeah.
So, like, what the heck is up with that?
That's weird.
It's not hockey.
No, it's going to be... like ballet.
Yeah, ringette.
Ringette. We don't want to disparage ringette because it can be a very competitive game. Yeah. You need some good skills for it, right?
Right, true.
25 years ago, the Toronto Raptors were born. Do you love the Toronto Raptors?
I do. I'm a Raptor fan.
Their first game, they actually won 94-79 over the New Jersey Nets. Do you remember some of the players from that team?
Damon Stoudemire,
the
Mighty
Mouse.
He was their first draft pick.
Yep, and superstar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Damon Stoudemire, Alvin Robertson, former All-Star. Yeah. Doug Christie, who you might remember, the threes, you know, back in the day.
Charles Oakley.
That's right.
For a bit there.
Yep, exactly. Oliver Miller, remember, he was a little bit rounder guy.
Yeah,
he was pretty good for the Raptors, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
I was thinking, this guy is too large to be on that floor, and he was actually good.
He was a bruiser.
He was a center. He was. And he was banging pretty good. Vancouver Grizzlies came in at the same time, and then they were dissolved in 2001.
I don't think they lasted too long in Vancouver, maybe 2 seasons.
No, they lasted a little bit longer. I thought the same as you. That was 2001, so they lasted a few seasons.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But now they're the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so who were some of your favorite Raptors players?
Vince Carter.
Awesome.
Was right up there.
Insanity.
Yeah. I was a fan of Chris Bosh for a while until he took off.
Right.
But
Jorge Garbajosa.
Yeah.
There's a name for you.
That's a name, yeah. I like that, the JYD.
Right.
You remember him?
Dog, yeah.
Like, he wasn't that awesome.
Jerome Williams.
But he had the biggest heart.
Jerome Williams.
Yeah, Jerome Williams.
Amazing player.
He was like the best.
And we had Popeye Jones, who's the father of Seth Jones, who's like pretty much the best defenseman in the NHL right now.
Right.
He was growing up. Well, he grew up in Toronto. His dad playing for the Raptors.
Yeah.
And his dad's thinking, oh, I'm bringing him around the NBA. And he's thinking, and it's like, he's like, I want to be over here playing hockey.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
And he's amazing. He probably no doubt would have been a point guard or shooting guard really good in the NBA too. Because obviously he's, you know, elite skills. But
yeah, just
I'm happy he picked,
athleticism.
It's kind of cool that he picked hockey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Over basketball, which is huge.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's awesome. There's a new soccer league that started up in Toronto, right? The Toronto FC. I don't know if you ever follow
the MLS.
The MLS, yeah. I like to follow them because I like, you know, in Europe, right? They have these massive leagues and they're followed by billions of people. So I'm always interested. I don't really watch soccer very much, but when Toronto FC came in, I started watching it because they start bringing in players from over there, you know, like Sebastian Giovinco.
Yeah, some big names, right?
Yep. Right now they have Piatti and Pozuelo, who they call the Maestro right now, who's heading to be the MVP of the league. And Toronto is number one, tied for number one in the league.
And they won the championship last year.
Or 2 years ago.
2 years ago, right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't follow soccer too closely, but I know it's getting bigger.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like even that Wayne Rooney, he was a huge name in soccer, and then he comes and he's playing for Los Angeles.
David Beckham was playing out there.
David Beckham was the first one I remember, right? Coming over and kind of shaking up Major League Soccer.
Yeah.
I just love that, man. It's almost like when those good players come to like the CFL too. You remember when Ricky Williams came to the CFL?
Yeah, I thought he was going to be great.
I know, he wasn't the best because he liked to partake, right? Yeah. He's getting a lot of Christmas gifts with the...
Yeah. Right? Merry Christmas, Ricky Williams.
No, but you remember Pinball Clemens too?
Yeah, Rocket Ishmael.
Rocket Ishmael was the best because...
He was the best.
You want to know why? Because he was at his peak. He would have been the best in the NFL, but because the rookie things, he was only going to get paid like $700,000 or something real small, right?
Yeah, and he got $1 million for...
Then the Argos said, oh, we'll give you $1 million, $2 million or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And he said, I'm leaving it.
That's what John Candy and Gretzky... And
they owned it.
Yeah.
Wow, Rocket Ishmael, man.
Yeah, he was awesome.
For people that don't know, go study Rocket Ishmael because he came to the Argos and he electrified the CFL.
I actually watched the CFL
2 years, right?
Pretty close that year.
He went and had a good year, good career with the Raiders and stuff in the NFL too, but he had electrifying seasons with the Argos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was like...
I think they won the Grey Cup that year. His rookie season.
Yeah, it was super weird to see like one of the best players in the world, not in the best league in the world, but CFL's a really good league, but they're not the NFL. Like, you'd be safe to say, right?
Yeah, NFL is like the pinnacle.
Yeah. And then to see that kind of caliber come, I was almost like it was a little disappointing when Johnny Manziel came. Remember when
that was
Johnny
a letdown too, yeah. I thought bigger things were going to happen for
I went
him.
to his first exhibition game with my nephew in Hamilton when he played for the Tiger Cats, and very disappointed.
Yeah.
He was more interested, from my perspective, when he came out with like signing autographs and with the girls and saying hi to the girls, you know what I mean, than playing. I was thinking, you shouldn't be worried about those girls. I'd be worried about those 300-pound linemen over
the guys
there
who trying to crush
tear your head off because you can't. If you're in the CFL, think about it. If American Export came in or a big NFLer, you'd probably be like,
I'm going
to show this guy.
I'm going to make myself
make a
famous.
name for myself, and maybe get called up to try out for the Bengals or something, in the NFL if you do something good, right? Yeah, so that's really cool. The Buffalo Bills are number one in the AFC East for the first time in so long.
Yeah,
they're 6-2.
Hopefully they can hang on to it. There's a lot of Bills Nation fans around here.
There really is. I was really impressed when they got Stephon Diggs. I knew he was going to be a really good contributor. Yeah. And he has been. He's been amazing for them. But they just beat the Pats for the first time in 9 years.
Yeah, they're not having a great season, eh? The Pats.
No, I thought Cam Newton would help more.
I thought so too. Because he's a great quarterback.
But they're saying like he's like 2-14 in his last 16 games. So that's a bad season, eh?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, but Buffalo Bills.
The downfall maybe finally.
Yeah.
Of the Patriots.
I'm still interested in the Buccaneers a little bit. Tom Brady and how that whole experiment goes, and then. We got some big injuries like
the Steelers 7-0.
7-0.
Yeah.
Amazing. Controversial finish again and everything with the Titans, right? Was that the Titans?
I believe it was the Titans, yeah.
Crazy, man. I don't know. But did you hear this? The former NHL George Laraque challenged Mike Tyson to a fight too.
Wow.
Everybody
wants to go Tyson.
Like, why does everyone want to fight Mike Tyson?
I dare you step in in the ring with that, man.
I don't think you could pay me enough, dude. Because one good shot, your eye might
He
be
could
over here.
disembowel a man with his left hand.
This ear would be going for the rest of your life. Yeah. Something bad was going to happen, don't you think?
Right. Like you'll be drinking milkshakes for the rest of your life.
But George Laraque, he ain't. He's not soft.
No.
He was one of the most feared fighters in hockey.
Yeah. He seems like he's a good guy, George Laraque. But
he's about 10, 11 years younger than Mike Tyson, too. Keep that in mind.
And he's quite a bit taller, too.
Yeah, he'd have a bigger reach.
Yeah.
But that would just be crazy. Why is everyone calling him Mike Tyson?
Everybody wants to go Mike Tyson.
That's hilarious. I just love that I'm gonna be watching that show.
I like
for
the fact that he's entertaining everybody too, though.
Right?
Like, yeah, you want to go me?
I know, right?
Let's train then.
But just think about it. It would be like if Muhammad Ali was doing that and just fighting any random people when he got old.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Mike Tyson's the man, though, to do that, right?
Yeah.
He's got to
he looks pretty fit, so.
I'm getting up there now, so to me, if I wanted to train to get in one of those fights, I just think, that's going to take everything you got.
Everything.
Like, I'd have to shut everything down, like music, like this show, everything I'm doing.
Like, your diet would have to be strict.
Get up at 4 a.m, run 5 miles, it's crazy, dude.
Yeah,
but he's going to do it. It's going to be a great fight, November 18th.
Yeah, I'm going to check that out for sure.
Make sure you guys go watch that. We just want to thank you guys for watching too, right? Because our last show had almost 300 views already, like in a couple days, and we were so excited about that, man.
And if you haven't seen it, go watch it.
Go check it out. Our Halloween special. Yep. Our first episode's getting close to 600 views, so we're entertaining, close to 1,000 people now, man. That's really exciting. And when we just thought we just entertain and
our
see
family
what happens.
And friends,
and see what happens. But people are starting to check us out, and we're really thankful for that. So make sure you
and y'all go off for listening.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, and keep subscribing and liking and commenting. Those things are the coolest, right?
Yeah,
we love.
I want to give a shout out to Bo Hannes.
All right,
Eli.
Yep.
Hill.
Yep. Is his birthday?
His birthday.
All right, Eli.
Happy birthday, Bo Hannes. He better.
He better watch our show, Eli.
He actually wanted to be a guest, but I was like, what? I'm not sure what we're going to talk about.
Eli, we got to fill 2 hours of airtime.
Next week.
Next week. We'll just say everywhere next week. Eli Hill will be here next week, right?
Yeah,
next show.
Week. or we'll have him every week, but next week he can talk.
Yeah. He's on standby every week from now on.
The What Up With That on...
That's
Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, exactly.
He's always got the one guest. He's always on there, but he doesn't get to talk.
No, but I love your Six Nations medallion up there now, too.
I thought I'd throw that in the mix.
Look at the cool things that's starting to grow, man. I added a picture of the Wolfpack, my brother and family band, my sister.
Still the guy in the eye from Snipe.
We got the guy in the eye from Snipe. That's the coolest gift ever.
And they're looking to try to name him. If any of our
name this guy for us, man.
Had a name for him.
He looks like Slender Man to me. Oh, he's scary. That's the Snipe guy in their hat, their logo,
Oscar,
right?
Yeah.
And that's hand carved. So that thing's worth a lot of money.
Yeah, it's authentic.
Thank you, Snipe, man. We want to thank Snipe for coming, and we can't wait to go check out whatever we're going to check out with them when we go with them. That's going to be exciting.
Yeah,
and I'm going to scream, and people are going to be like, I heard a woman scream.
That was Ned Flanders.
That was Jace Martin. Oh, man, that's going to be a lot of fun. But this is really cool. The Chicago Blackhawks will read a land acknowledgement before every home game now.
Yeah.
Isn't
That's
that cool?
awesome, yeah. I've seen a lot of the NHL teams are doing it. Edmonton start doing it. I think was the first.
Oh, that's really cool.
Edmonton or Calgary?
Yeah, Edmonton's, right? Because they got a huge indigenous land, population out there, right?
The Leafs, I think, have done it once or twice. Yeah. I think the Blue Jays have.
That's good that people are starting to recognize that, eh?
Land recognition.
Yep, they said they also have plans to celebrate Indigenous people more events, right? They said part of this work will include working with Native partners and educating our staff, fans, local community on the history of the Blackhawks and the original people of Illinois, as well as Native American contributions to today's society. Isn't that what we're trying to do?
That's exactly what we're trying to do. We're like the Chicago Blackhawks.
That's right. Everyone should be trying to inform people about the original people, because we haven't gone nowhere. We're still here and we're thriving. And look what's happening in the States right now with the voting. Like the Native people could actually be the reason why You know what I mean? Like,
hopefully they're making a good difference, yeah.
And then people are going to have to say, oh, my God, we've been neglecting indigenous people so long, but look at, they're pushing the votes now. And our economy.
Yeah, and like we're the ones who stand up for the land and the environment and stuff when stuff hits the fan.
So why are you fighting us? We should be everyone's best friends, man.
Yeah.
Every Native person I know is cool, man. Like we can hang out. There's no judgments. There's no
each one's cooler than the next.
That's right. There's no hierarchy. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're all equal. We all have a voice. We all feel. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah,
be friends with a Native.
Yeah.
Be friends with a Native.
Yeah. If you don't got one, find one.
Find one. We'll be your friends.
Yeah, we'll be your friends.
We'll be just sitting there. We'll meet you for tea. Yeah, socially distanced.
We'll send you some cutouts.
Oh, that's awesome, man. But right now, some also crazy stuff that's going on. Did you see this in Poland? They're having massive protests
like
right now.
Like the ladies, they strike. They will not work.
They shut down everything. Yeah. They're not working. They're not doing anything at home.
Due to their abortion laws, right?
Yeah, they banned abortion in Poland. And there was outcry, like the women hit the streets, not only women, but men too, like a lot too. I'm talking about a lot of people. 430,000 people estimated hit the streets after that decision.
Yeah, that's a protest.
That's a protest. That's crazy. It's so nice that there's a hashtag called This Is War though. It's been going on almost 2 weeks now. Yeah.
That's some unity in their protest.
Yeah. I know it's so good to see everyone come out for something so important like that, right? Like, you would never ever think in a million years to tell someone else what to do with their body, would you?
Never.
That's crazy. It doesn't even
their
cross your
own body,
mind.
Especially a man telling a woman.
That's even taken to the next level, right? Because we don't know what they go through or experience, right? Like that.
Yeah.
I'm just super happy to see good stories about people standing up and shutting down the powers that be that try to dictate our lives.
The oppressors,
Yeah, they're oppressing our freedom in every single way. And then
fight the power.
Fight the power. So they're doing that in Poland, so we stand with Poland, and we want that overturned, right? And we want women to be able to decide that, not any kind of legislator.
The ladies' choice.
Dang right, man. Their body, their choice, right?
Yeah.
Check this out. There's a Playboy model named Eva J. Marie. If you don't know who she is, don't Google her because it might lead you to the...
I'll get in trouble if I do.
You'll be getting like spam messages from from India. Yeah. You want good time tonight? Anyways.
Friend requests.
OnlyFans links coming in your email every little while. No, but don't do that. But anyways, Eva J. Marie, she's traveling with her 7-year-old son, and she's pretty voluptuous. Right. And when I say voluptuous, I mean like she's
Playboy model.
Stacked. They're stacked. They're typical look, right?
Top heavy. is the radio friendly word I think I'm looking for.
Oh my god. But anyway, she was kicked off Southwest Air going from Dallas to Tulsa. Just because I guess her cleavage was hanging out too much, and the women and people were actually complaining to the staff, saying like her breasts are hanging out, right? And she's like, I can't do anything about it. Like I have big, large breasts, right?
They should have been worrying if she's like wearing a mask.
Yeah.
In this COVID area, like that's the last thing they should be worrying about is her cleavage.
We're worried about people dying, and now people are worried about cleavage. I totally agree with you.
Come on, America.
That's being nitpicky. Yeah. That's like that Karen stuff, right?
Yeah.
Be caring too much.
They be caring way too much.
They be caring too much about other people's business. Right. That's what it is. No, but I guess they let her back on, but only after she...
But with a sweater.
She put a sweater.
I hope it fit.
Dude, we can't write this stuff. This is this is real life stuff, Like we always say we should write comedy, but
life writes itself.
And what we report on is comedy, dude.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it just falls into our lap.
Right? And we just have to enjoy it along with y'all. And so we thank you guys for joining us. There's this really cool new book called What Kids Did.
Yeah.
By Aaron Silver. It's an inspiring book. Her publisher just told her to go out into the world and find good stories. Like COVID had all these crazy stories, and But this book, she found children all over the world like stepping up during the COVID crisis.
Yeah.
And they were like starting to solve the problems that were arising from the virus and you know, all the shutdowns and all that kind of stuff, right?
The distancing, the social
yeah,
distancing
totally.
stuff.
Like they could have been scared or whatever, but instead they're like trying to be innovative and stuff, you know. One child made like a shield out of Ziploc bags because she wasn't allowed to see her grandmother, so she was like trying to invent, you know.
Right, yeah, so she go hug her grandma
Yeah,
and stuff,
totally.
right?
Isn't that cool?
That's awesome. Very ingenious.
Very ingenious, and the kids are stepping up. What a great book. You guys should go check it out. There's a lot of great stories in there. Like these twins in Italy, they were doing the playing music for, you know, the people who were isolated in their homes, and they would go out on their deck and play this beautiful music for their community.
Awesome.
Like, isn't that amazing? Just so many great stories.
Children, they make the world go round, man.
Yeah, totally. This little boy in Mexico used these 3D printer to make masks for people, and a Toronto dance troupe was raised money for hospitals. It just goes on and on with all the kids that were stepping up during this crisis, right?
That's awesome. Well, and the kids were like needed something to do anyway,
right?
So that would probably give them a great outlet.
Oh, that's really cool. But these are our leaders, future leaders, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, they're stepping up.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
That's a good sign. I really think
they
that's
didn't
cool.
give up at least.
Yeah,
you know?
so good for you guys. Go check that book out, what kids did.
Speaking of books, some local boys got a book out now.
You're right.
Brendan Bomberry and Brenner Jacobs.
Yes, right.
It's a lacrosse book.
Yep.
The title is eluding me at this moment.
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying. I remember that book.
But I want to give a shout out to those local boys.
Yeah, just
I know the book is available at the ILA.
Okay, cool. And just going to say, hey, I want Brendan Bomberry's new book. He's from the NLL, plays with the Georgia Swarm, doesn't he?
Right, yeah.
Yep, so they'll know what you're talking about.
Yep.
Meghan Markle. You know who Meghan Markle is?
She's a Prince Harry's wife.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I guess she was the most trolled person in the world in 2019.
Wow.
Wouldn't that suck?
It would suck. Yeah, like I know how trolls can be.
Right.
But you know.
But they're like everything too. Trolls they don't go away. They're like everything every day.
And they can get to you. Like even if you don't want them to get to you, they'll still try to get to you.
Yeah. And they'll try and find like weird pictures of you where your eyes are like caught in between, like, and they try and like embarrass you and body shame you because of movements and stuff that they're not flattering. And like if you did that to anyone, if you put someone under anyone under that microscope, I don't care how beautiful they are or how perfect they are in your mind, you're gonna see a lot of ugliness. You know what I mean?
And they'll get self-conscious or something, you know.
And I think that's what she was saying, that the effects are damaging, you know, because of like you said, the mental things, right?
Yeah,
that can occur.
A lot of mental anguish, probably.
Yeah, a lot of mental anguish. Being the most trolled person, that's awful.
Yeah, it's gotta suck.
That's gotta suck, but you know.
Yeah, there's trolls out there.
But when you put yourself in the public eye, you gotta be
ready for that stuff anytime.
But I never thought there'd be a world's most. But I guess with everything, there's gonna be always somebody who's the most, right? But I just thought that was odd that there's a world most trolled person.
I would think it would have been like Trump or somebody else,
right?
You know, like a politician.
Meghan Markle, man, just got the trolls, dude.
Yeah,
I don't know. But anyway, so there's a new thing out, documentary called Justin Bieber, The Next Chapter too. I don't know if you've seen this, but he talks about being suicidal in that documentary.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, before he met his new wife.
I actually seen his SNL performance recently.
Awesome.
And he performed a song
He's quite
called
the performer
Lonely,
now, eh?
It was quite awesome performance.
From when he first started?
It was basically him talking about his life, how he grew up in the industry and didn't really get to grow up, and it was a great song.
Yeah, you know, his first music was real poppy and squeaky voice and crystal clean guy, and it's nice to see him like
well, he went through some stuff, you know. Growing up, I guess, is all he did. You know, he got rich at a young age.
Yeah, like 11, 12, 13 years old, right? And he like not just rich, stuff. He went boom, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Did some stupid stuff, and like he's
which anybody does. We've done our share of stupid dodo stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
Everyone does.
Yeah.
I don't know a person in the world that hasn't messed up.
So I think maybe he's at that age now where
it's like,
he's done with the stupidity.
Yeah, and he's got a beautiful wife. He's married now. Yeah, so I guess it was causing him some serious. He had a lot of mental issues that he's trying to speak out about.
Yeah.
Because he just feels like people like see him as perfect, right? And they don't realize that even he has suicidal thoughts. Like a lot of people, when they have those kinds of thoughts, the tendency is to feel like you're the only one that feels that way, right?
Yeah, like isolation and
and no one understands you. But when in reality, like everyone goes through those types of things, and
depression's a wild.
It's awful. It's one of the worst things I hate about life, that you have to overcome that kind of stuff,
Yeah, just got to keep a nice disposition and,
sad and lonely.
Keep moving forward.
Yep, but that's what he was saying. You need, like, what he does is, like, he does praise, he meditates, he does, keeps himself busy, active, eats right. And, like, he does things to combat it, because if you don't combat, that depression and that loneliness and stuff, it can really,
and it can stay there.
It can really settle in and stew, right? And cause things. So, don't do that, guys. Like, make sure.
Good for the Beebs, man.
Good for him to speak out on it, and so that's really cool. Did you see the new Borat?
I started watching some of it.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I got maybe halfway through and I started falling asleep. But yeah,
it's crazy, man.
But
they get some crazy stuff with the mayor there, Rudy Giuliani. I just think that's insane. Did you see that video?
Yeah.
It's a little crazy because the way they framed it is, he was doing an interview with a 15-year-old girl, so that's what he knew, right?
Yeah, what he knew.
He didn't find out till later she was a 24-year-old actress.
Right.
But what he knew is that she's a 15-year-old girl doing an interview in a hotel room by themselves, and then they start drinking, and then he invites her into the bedroom, right? He invites her into the bedroom.
And then he's fixing his pants, he says.
And he's laying on the bed, right? Like, he's laying on the bed with, like, full hands down the pants. And then Borat comes, Sacha Baron Cohen, the actor, comes storming in. He fixes himself up, says, I'm just taking my mic off or something, tucking my shirt in or whatever.
Trying to cover his steps.
That's crazy. That's crazy stuff, eh?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, he's part of that old pervert club, probably.
But we live in a new digital age now, like your phones, right? And the computers and everything is, I think it's videotaping you and audioing you all the time.
Oh, yeah, like, they're always listening. They're always watching.
I think people need to be cognizant of that Big Brother is out there with their eyes on us. And it might even get more serious. Like in London, when they have the CTV cameras, those, like they're watching people at all times, dude. From when you go to bed, when do you go to sleep, they know who you talk to, where you go. That's some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
We're giving up a lot of
my phone even. Like sometimes I'll get in my truck. It says it's 15 minutes to get to where I'm going.
Yeah.
How the hell does it know?
I know. And the spooky things, the spooky things about people saying that their camera, they're watching Netflix or something, and that record light comes on. That's some freaky stuff.
Yeah, it is.
But it says right in your, I guess, when you sign up for those Facebook and stuff like that, it says right in those things that no one reads. They just click, agree. It says in there that we can record this, and even for your phones, I guess, like all your messages, they're property.
Oh yeah,
isn't that insane?
Yeah, there's no privacy anymore.
No privacy at all. For the at the expense of just convenience, I guess, right?
Right.
Because when we were kids, we had to walk. I would have had to walk an hour to go visit you.
Right.
We couldn't just, you know what I mean? Before pagers, we were before pagers and internet, Harv. That's weird, dude. And to go from that point to now, where it's everything is recorded, everything, dude.
Right.
Everything.
Everything, everywhere.
So even if you get good ideas, don't say them out loud or pen them down in your equipment. Like, we maybe need to go back to the old ways of writing it down in a book.
Write it on a napkin, fold it, slide it across the table.
A whole bunch of napkins everywhere. Oh, crazy times we live in, my friend.
Yeah.
But we'll weather it together. The Harv and Jace
We'll get
show.
through this.
We'll get through this together,
with
boys.
all of yous.
Yep. Oh, this really cool thing. An indigenous artist from Saskatchewan named Jacob Pratt launched a cool production company in Los Angeles called Skoden Productions.
Awesome.
Yeah. He does like a lot of film production and stuff, and his first client is Disney.
Excellent.
One of the biggest companies in the world.
Good for him.
Yeah, and he talked about it a little bit, saying that he's trying to redefine the role of indigenous peoples on camera, because he likens us, our representation, to like the same as in the 1800s. He said,
yeah, it's
things
like
haven't really changed.
Token natives. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it hasn't changed much.
Yeah.
Like the only actual representation I seen good was maybe Blood Quantum.
Right.
Where it's all native actors. And
right,
it's
you talked about
it's just
that.
A good movie.
And then Adam Beach, you know, there's a certain few that snuck in there.
Yeah,
that
he
did
got
some
in a few
memorable
roles.
type things, right?
Yeah.
Graham Greene was up for an Oscar, so we snuck in there here and there, but still those are kind of a little bit
still like stereotypical
indigenous roles.
Yeah,
Not a breakout role. He was saying that he hopes that one day you'll just see Hollywood movies, and for no reason at all there'll be an indigenous person there. It just happens to be indigenous, and it won't stand out. And he doesn't have to be from the res, or he doesn't have to have drunk trauma issues.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the stereotypical stuff. So that's what he's trying to help. And he said that Disney is going about it. Isn't that amazing though that he can share that view with Disney, and now Disney's cognizant about telling indigenous stories with out indigenous representation. So now Disney's saying, oh, we're doing all this stuff with indigenous people. We don't have any indigenous storytellers, directors, actors.
Hopefully now that opens up a big market for
and that opens it up for more actors, more voiceover work, and maybe more mainstream roles, like in the Marvel movies and stuff like that. When Adam Beats did the little small role for Suicide Squad and stuff, you know. Yeah. Hopefully there's more opportunities.
It should open up a lot of avenues. I know I could voice a Disney character.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
That'd be awesome.
We should do a Harv and Jace cartoon, man. We should. Really,
those
guys need to do some adventures.
They need to come to life.
Yeah, we'll bring those guys to life, and I think we can do that. I have a good idea for that. But anyways, we've had a great time chatting with you guys.